What do the Cavs do? Like, aside from the coach, which we talked about, they could find themselves a more experienced coach. They can get them more organized, maybe become a better defensive team. But personnel-wise, when you think about LeBron, he says he never played on a super team. You forget that he played with Bosh and Wade, Ray Allen. I mean, that team was a terrific team. This Cavs team doesn't come anywhere near comparing to as talented as that Miami Heat team overall. So what do? Do the Cavs have to retool, and do they even have the ability to do that? Give me some thoughts of whether or not LeBron should keep chasing the Warriors, or should he just realize like they're not going to be able to put a team good enough to beat them?
Well, LeBron James, when he was coming down the tunnel after last night's loss, you can see him embrace Kyrie, and he said he'll be back, we'll be back. So, I mean, clearly they're going to try to retool and figure out what they can add and be able to compete with this Golden State Warriors team. And listening to Brian Windhorst on Mike and Mike this morning, he was saying that, they got the contracts with J.R. Smith. He's going to be there. You got the contract with Tristan Thompson. He's going to be there. So, I mean, Kyrie Irving's going to be there. So when you start talking about who the potential guy that they might move is, it's going to be Kevin Love. But can you really move Kevin Love and get equal value? I mean, probably not. You're probably not going to get an all-star caliber player back in return. But could you move him and get somebody that's more athletic that can be able to defend some of the wing players for the Golden State Warriors and for other teams that have those athletic 2s and 3s? Probably, but is that going to make you a better team? And that's the thing that you have to ask yourself. Are you willing to part ways with an all-star caliber player for a more athletic player that might not be able to bring the offensive production to the table that Kevin Love did?
But offensive production is the key here. And that's where I think and availability is also important too. And again, we go back to Carmelo Anthony. You guys see any scenario at all where that could be an option for LeBron and the Cavaliers?
No, I don't think it is, for the simple reason I don't think Carmelo Anthony could play at the kind of tempo, the kind of pace that Golden State plays at. I mean, that
game last night was
fast,
ragged,
but I mean, Kevin Love, 30 minutes last night, he was minus 23, he only gave you 6 points.
Wow.
I mean, at the end of the day, I think this team needs to be better defensively. I mean, you have enough points between LeBron and Kyrie. I mean, I think they can match up with KD and Steph Curry, and I think Wendy's point was, do you get rid of an all-star to, make your matchup against one team that much better? And my answer to that question is absolutely. I mean, you're going to get through the East. The team you're worried about is Golden State. And if you want to beat Golden State, you have to do whatever you can to make sure that you match up against Golden State. And if that means trading Kevin Love for 2 pieces that aren't necessarily all-star pieces, but give you a better chance against Golden State, then that's what you do. I just don't know at this point what the options are going to be for them.
But, Rick, do you really have enough offense? I mean, we look back at Game 3 in this NBA Finals series, and Kyrie and LeBron had 77 points combined, and it still wasn't enough to win that game. So do you really have enough offense consistently? Because JR is a streaky player. Amon Shumpert is a non-factor. I mean, it's the power play when he's on the court. I mean, he's not bringing anything to the table offensively.
It wasn't for me offensive deficiency. It was the lack of defense.
Yeah,
I mean, that's what it was.
They scored 120
They scored
points.
plenty of points.
No, I agree. I agree. But when you're playing the Golden State Warriors, you're going to have to be able to score 120 plus.
It's true.
If you're going to win the game, that's what you're going to have to score.
No, and I understand. And again, I mean, do you need more from Tristan Thompson on a regular basis? You absolutely do. But again, I mean, when you look at what this team needs, I think they need to be younger. I think they need to be more athletic. They need to be more versatile. I mean, that was one of the biggest flaws, I think, in the series was their lack of versatility. Everyone on Golden State can score and play defense.
Right. And mostly it's you can defend 1 through 4, which is very important. I mean, look at the job Klay Thompson did on LeBron in the post. Twice LeBron had him on the post one-on-one, and a bad shot.
Yep.
And Klay Thompson's nowhere near as big, but he's a very good defensive player.
Or he even had the strip against Kevin Love on the wing.
That's right.
He had that one too. I mean, he showed up defensively throughout this entire series.
Yes, he was.